do have sailors. Great. Unknown pirate. Kill. So yes, to its credit, whenever I defeat pirates, I get I save a bunch of money when it comes to making cogs. Not just money though, time is important. The cogs are generally already upgraded, and I don't like that because it impacts on their capacity, but regardless, we take it. It's a bit far to go to get to be just about anywhere else, so thunk you down there. You're heading back, and the other guy is getting his repairs. So for about 11 grand I get a fully functional cog, whereas normally I'd have to pay 56 grand, wait on these resources and wait over a month for it to be ready. So it's a pretty good deal overall. Loan offer, money, money, money. I wonder if that guy's going to pay me back. But that guy we gave loads of money to. We can check on that again. Assignments, lending of money. January, February, March, April, May. So in about a month we may get loads of money. We also very much may not. Treasure map is disappointing me though. They want cheese. I want cheese. Capacity, housing capacity is low enough here anyway. But no, my priority right now is to build up loads of wood production.
You should have a look at my logbook entries, as there are a number of problems.
Nah, there's really not. There are a lot of boats, however, that I want up here, because we're going to have a whole load of salt and meat that we need to throw out to places. And I also want to be able to transfer lots of wood across long distances as and when I can. But we can worry about that later, because for now what we really need is... Oh, please tell me you found it. You did not. How? How is this not Rome? I don't understand. Maybe you can't actually uncover them unless you're of a certain rank. Each trading center offers and buys 2 types of merchandise. So if you send a convoy, it should always carry a large amount of goods that are in demand there. Once he arrives at the trade, your captain will automatically sell and buy as many goods offered as possible. Not in demand, get low price. Does Rome even exist, Jake? It's 1371. Of course it exists. Jake, can we edit our cannonballs in the mod game, or do you want aspiring mods to suffer through regular combat? That's a tough one. That's a pretty tough one. I'm not actually sure yet, because it is kind of cruel to do that. I'm kind of wanting to tell you to go to Cartagena, because I'm really starting to think that I have to uncover the, have to be a better rank to discover them. I can't have missed Genoa and Rome here. It's unfathomable. Oh well, get to work there instead. Okay, Novgorod's under siege, not that we care much. So I have all these houses here. All the houses that I have in this place, which is quite a lot, I pay 920, probably in land tax and such, but they pay me 2,441. That's really nice. And a lot of them are just worker houses. In fact, I think all of them are just worker houses. Yeah, I don't have any well-to-do tenants, and certainly no rich tenants. Patrician houses, though, they give the good money. 2 rich burghers live here. If I wanted to buy it, it would cost me 1.8 million, so you can see why I'm not doing that. This guy wanting all my money, what a bell end. Okay, so how's the situation for building more production buildings? I need wood on the double. Or I threw my clay pits out. And the problem is I also drink a lot of wood with this. 11.6 per day when I only produce 60 per day, and I need a lot more. So, well, I mean, the solution is simple. Build a lot more buildings. Looking great. But when I said a lot more, I mean I am really going to need quite a lot more here, so... Clay is mostly in demand for building houses. Houses cost loads of it. Oh, okay, oh, I'm also out of gold there. Well, that's okay. By pressing spacebar, I can generate tons of gold. Also, Lubeck's a bit laughable. No signs of pirates, also no signs of anything good. Although Boa just passed by something. Ha, castaways. How do you flail your way over there from London, I wonder? Alright, so the money situation is looking just fine. I still want to expand on that wood. How odd that it's the wood that I lack. It makes sense that wood is more in demand because wood is necessary for making goods. It's less required than clay. If we look at this, 10-day demand for wood is... okay, well, seems that we have higher demand for clay. What's that all about? The game's just trying to shut me down. Hopefully this doesn't count as overproduction of wood. So I'll probably call canny there, and then start thinking about all this salt that I'm making. And salt needs to be turned into... yes! Look at this! They've expanded the city wall, and because I've built all these buildings so far out, I have a huge area to play with. That means when I'm under siege, the wall will protect my places and they won't shut down. Now it's going to be incredibly expensive to work with, and it's going to consume a lot of wood and clay. Thankfully, we produce a lot of wood and clay, so isn't that a happy coincidence? Unfortunately, these meat farms eat a lot of wood and clay to expand, but hey ho. They're also not very economical on the space that they take up, because you have to build them like this. And if you try to build them lengthways, they just kind of have the roads close in on them. So I'm not very fond of farms in general. Still, meat is incredibly lucrative, and it's a food source, and the way I play this game, a lot of people end up starving. So food is going to be in demand very much. More castaways. Alright, money grubber, grab them. They're from Bruges. Well, they're going to settle on for a new life in Lubeck, which is under siege, by the way, so man the parapets. Aalborg is also under siege. So basically all the lords are extremely angry right now because I'm not kissing their feet. And this is what I'm really not so fond of in the Rise of a Dynasty expansion. They thought that adding mindless clicks and money sinks equated to fun. And maybe they know something that I don't, but that's not how I see it. Alright, the SS Loads of Money actually succeeded in what it did there. It went and got some goods, which I can now sell at reasonable prices. But I'd rather dump them in Bergen so that we can I can sell them over time and keep Bergen happy. Am I getting it Bergen, Bergen, Berwan? I would actually like to know, and I'm sure people have told me before and I just didn't pay attention, but I do actually care. I'm still miffed. I need to discover some places out there. I don't like how Werner is finding everything. Found the door, but at least that's a place that'll give us cloth. must discover. Doesn't cost us much to go out and check at the very least. So Riga still not producing cheese quite as fast as I want it to, but it's not like I put out a ton of dairies. Cathedral, good. That's not working on the wall. But I still want more houses here. Because when it comes to houses, I don't control nearly as much of them as I want to. I still make good profit on it, but I want this place filled so that my competitor can't make many more without me getting involved. But again, to do that I need all the wood that I can get over here. And we always need more of that. I often check this for occupancy, because if it's over 60% the AI starts building them. Look at Jake leading trade out of the English Channel into the North Sea. I can bend the rules like that. I still want more farms though. Do not underestimate the production of food in this game. Without food, cities starve. And we should actually take a look at London and Edinburgh to see the effects of starvation, because it's quite laughable. So London has been reduced to... Actually, it's not been reduced that far. 2,260. They weren't starving so bad, though. It's Edinburgh that's starving. 672 people here. And they're saying, please support us. The population needs to double. Hilarious. Well, what isn't so hilarious is that we actually have something here. But it means that when I start building this place up, there's going to be prime real estate for me to buy up. Maybe not buy up, but at the very least I can build a lot here. If I wanted this patrician house... Okay, well, he's not going to let me do that. Someday, though. But I'm not concerned that Edinburgh is burning. It's they chose this. They chose the path. Can't even remember what I did for that. Oh, the guy actually paid me back. Nice. Also, loads of money. Why must you do nothing but disappoint me? Can't even figure out how he's doing so badly at everything, though. Petition to rename the SS Loads of Money the DDR Blind. Very much so. Okay, what I'm going to do then is set up another counting house. We can put one anywhere. My question to you is where? It doesn't make much difference, although I should probably find somewhere that I can produce a good that I don't currently have access to. A food would be good, but not necessary. And we already have access to cheese and to that, and we can make beer here, and we can make grain in Novgorod, although Novgorod's a joke province. So my question is where? I don't have access to pitch or metal goods, but I don't think I have access to metal either. I mean, I don't really consider Novgorod access to anything. Actually, the lack of my access to metal does make me a bit... This would give me raw metal and a decent access to grain. It's also a really nice central hub that I don't currently have. Aalborg can supply all these guys pretty nicely. Alright, Aalborg. I'm pretty popular here as well, as it happens. I go to the guild and I just click join for extortionate amounts of money. And then I say, give me a counting house. And they say, no, we won't do that because we're under siege. Oh, I don't think he finished his expedition, that's the thing. He came back because he was too damaged. Alright, pretty soon the siege will be done here. Where are the troops? Okay, there are the troops. It'll be done soon enough. Meanwhile, I always should be checking to see if there's increased production. There almost always is. Mead would be perfect, they say, as supply is lower than demand. And, well, yeah, sure, but I mean, we need a lot of everything for these. And one of the problems is that I keep taking them away from the storage pile. But what I can also do is demolish these to lessen demand on them. And then of course rebuild them so that they end up further down in the queue. Nice. Very nice, in fact. Especially when the money when they offer us is just far more than the cost of building the thing. Almost feels like an exploit. Not that I would do those. Any moment now, Alberg. I hope you're done with your siege. Okay, the siege is over. That's good. I just need someone there. And then I say,
Don't even think of building any more buildings here. There is only so much I am willing to tolerate.
there we go. I'm a chairman now. Maybe I'll actually discover something. Well, I'll discover a new pirate. Thanks for that. Also,
Have you noticed that there are a lot of pirates underway in the Hanseatic League? This only happens when no one is willing to stop them. You should try to discover a few pirates' dens. Once you have done so, you can have the Hanseatic Council assign you the job of wiping them out.
That's pretty good to know, actually. Also, Golden Horde, I think, auto-trades, so you can automatically trade that iron that you just picked up. Get to it. So you said the League might assign me to murder some pirates. Where can I get that, though? Why won't you let me discover something here? I think hideouts are discovered on their own in due time as they kind of accumulate wealth, the pirates that is. That was a pretty good haul. It was a ton of blossom, more than I could even carry, so I'll just dump it all here, because who needs the stuff? Okay, now there's a drought going on here, I think. Leave it to, here it is. A drought plagues the land, and I think that reduces production of foodstuffs. I think. I'm not going to claim to know all the ins and outs here. Still, I am piling up the salt, and I need to take care of that some way, somehow. So I'm finally going to go and pick up all those boats of mine that I've got. There should be a way to organize. So what I can do is just pick them up, and then there's this crater that I'm wondering about. Why is that not being repaired? Oh, it is completely repaired. How about that? Do we have enough cheese to start shipping around? Yes, we have a ton of cheese to ship around. Great. Our crater has found itself a job, even though it has some cannons on it. We'll call you the loads of money since we used up that name earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you to share your cheese with anyone around here who can't get any. Okay, now this is where 10-day demand is a bit more important. And it's not going to tell me, but Stockholm will tell me. In 10 days, they want 24 cheese. That's not a lot of cheese. So I can actually probably go further afield to the likes of Danzig. 28 cheese. Heck, maybe even to Stettin. So people don't eat a lot of cheese, is what the game is telling me. So we can do quite a lot of cheese spreading. It takes 14 days to do that. Oh, am I not hitting up Thorn? There we go, 16 days. And I'll give these guys all the cheese they could ever possibly want. So you go to Riga, and you pick up the cheese. You unload everything, and then you load everything. And then on Stockholm, you sell as much cheese as you can for a reasonable price. You do the same in Visby. You do the same in Malmö. Rostock, Stettin, Danzig, and Thorn. Beautiful. Get to work. That kind of distracts me from what I was trying to do, which was grab Hunter and use them to pick up all the boats that are lying around. I'm just going to stop by everywhere because I'm not going to take much... I knew it! It was related to being a certain rank, right? There's no way I missed the other one. I can see it from here. From here. Wait, what? I was nowhere near... Yeah, okay. Sure. Still, we discovered... Wait, that's not Rome. That's not Rome. Okay, sure. But we now know 4 out of 5. There's only one more place that we can do. So I ask you, where do we go for our final 5th place? If we can be so lucky as to get it. Yeah, the DDR blind came back in a hurry, didn't they? And they don't have a lot of goods. So I'll probably tell them to go out straight away. You managed to find a city on the Adriatic Sea, Jake. Venice? Some people want Venice. Venice is not available, actually. Alexandria is, and I see quite a lot of desire for Alexandria. So why don't we just go for it? Don't want to be in denial forever. And I think that's about where we want to go for it, so get to work. Bring me the goodies. And then we can actually build these places up, which is one of the more enjoyable things about the whole expeditions. So how's SS Loads of Money doing with their cheese? Does Stockholm actually have too much cheese already? No, I guess so. Maybe the Loads of Money won't be making as loads as I had hoped. Also, what's up, Stockholm? You should be... Oh, Plague in Riga. That's bad news. That's extremely bad news. So, Plague. Plague puts us in a state of emergency. Lots of people are going to die. But we still produce plenty of cheese, so why worry? I have plenty of warehouses for it all. And by plenty, I mean could do some more. Must be all these sieges that people are putting me under that are that's hurting me. Alright, one more cog, and let's just go and do the rounds. I want everything here. I don't think health bar updates properly for these ships that I'm picking up. It says that they're all busted and broken like Main Street, but no, they're doing just fine. Two more candy houses to the next level, but I see no particular reason to go and get them. I don't even know what the next level is. I don't remember what it is. Alright, so now we're getting something of a super fleet here. It has a capacity of 6,000. Do I have many other boats just sitting around? Edinburgh and Berrien. Say no more. Actually, is there any real point in sailing over there when you can do the sailing for me? I think not. Okay, so Hunter 1 brought a whole load of stuff here, by which I mean tons of boats. I'm going to fill up the whole sea with them. And then... yeah, I probably want some cogs for doing far away cheesy transfers, but really just 2 of them would do. People's demand for cheese is pretty low, and my production of it is fairly high. So we'll get you down to Riga, where I'll leave you behind. Smelly old Riga. Okay, so is there even much to worry about right now? Well, one thing to consider right now is the storage capacities. How are we feeling on those? Maybe I overproduced cheese just a little bit. The question is what else to even produce here. Brick I don't care about. Hemp is very low value good. And I don't have cloth for making this, so I guess I could make plenty of hemp and then sell it around the place. But I mean, it's really low impact. I should just build loads of houses. That'll make me feel better about myself. Oh, and a few more warehouses. Now the beautiful part is once you've filled this up with buildings, and you can't have any more, the AI is not going to build any more houses, because houses can only be built within the city walls. So this works out pretty well for me. Hell, it works out very well for me. So now I don't have to worry about the AI building extra houses here for a long time. Also, I'm a generous guy, so let's lend out more money. Can't wait for him to stab us in the back. Although I've been having good luck at that. So, Berrien. We get plenty of wood produced, but in a sense not enough. Certainly not enough meat, so I'm actually going to lower the production of salt just a wee touch, so that it can go into the wood and the... well, not the clay production. You guys go away. We've got plenty of clay, except, oddly enough, we don't. Should have thought that one through. Alright, so look at all these cogs. This is a whole lot more than I think I really need right now. Clementine is sitting around wondering why they do what they do. Actually, why does Clementine exist here? They don't seem to do anything. Oh, that's because I just made them in Scotland, in Edinburgh. Jake, does Patrician have multiplayer possibility? Yes, it does. Co-op mode. Okay, I can't change that though. In a cooperative game, the number of players can share the responsibility to run the same business. Other players can only join your game if they are allowed to do so as stated in game properties when you start the game. LAN games are always readily visible. So yeah, we can. I'm not going to, but I could. Because then I wouldn't be able to nail spacebar whenever I want to go fast. And I often want to go fast. I also want to increase production. Always. Wait, didn't I already build these mead breweries? Oh well, we'll build 2 more, and then once they're done, we'll be happy as can be. So maybe I don't make enough clay. But I don't know, I kind of like having all that wood and the meat. The thing is, we're making tons of salt here, so I need to consider that now. Yes. Meat man. So, again, I need